Welcome to the Startup Funding Espresso. I'm Hall T. Martin, where we talk about how to raise funding and invest in startups and the time it takes to drink an espresso. If you have a question about startup funding or investing, please go to the website, startupfundingespresso.com, and type in your question into the chat bot in the lower right corner to receive an answer. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Hall T. Martin with the Startup Funding Espresso, your daily shot at startup funding and investing. In structuring your fundraise, it's important to design scarcity into it for the investors. If you have one raise at a relatively high valuation, then there's no incentive for investors to come in sooner. Most will wait to come in later after they see how the business performs. Here are the key steps to put scarcity in your fundraise. Take your overall raise amount and break it into smaller tranches. Price the first round with a fairly low valuation or valuation cap if you're using a convertible or safe note. For each subsequent tranche, raise the valuation by 50%. Check to see how much revenue you must have to justify that valuation on each round. Adjust to make each of these tranches reasonable revenue targets for your business. In proposing your fundraise to investors, make clear the overall amount you are raising and announce the first tranche with its investor-friendly valuation. Make clear that when that funding is done, you're moving to the next tranche at a higher valuation. This creates scarcity in the fundraise as it limits the amount of investor-friendly price shares available. Show prospective investors the level of interest you are seeing for their first tranche. This incentivizes investors to come in early rather than late. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Funding Espresso, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. Let's go start listening to today. Hall T. Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.